welcome back to Designs by Drea. So today, this video is a requested video. Someone asked me, how do we do grouped felties? So when you buy a feltie from me, you will receive files in different ways, in singles and in grouped felties. And then all the grouped felties come in different sized hoops, such as a 4x4 and a 5x7 hoop. So we're going to go ahead and work right now on a smaller one. So this is how it's going to come when you get it. See, I already uploaded it and all four are already here and they are already grouped. We're going to work on starfishes today. So this is how it is. It's going to stitch out and there are already going to be 4 of them there. You don't got to worry about placing anything. The whole file already has them done for you. And now let's go ahead and take it over to the hoop and see how this plays out. Okay, I got the hoop on, I got my stabilizer ready to go. And now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and run the placement stitch for our grouped felties. Okay, so as you can see here, I have the outline of 4 starfish. So now I'm going to go ahead and take this and float it on over. Make sure all the starfish are covered. You can go ahead and take a little peek if you must. And now we're going to go ahead and run the tack down stitch, and it's going to do it 4 times. So pretty much what's going to happen is it's not going to make each feltie individually, it's going to make all 4 together at one time. So it's going to do 4 placement stitches, 4 tack down stitches, 4 details for all of them. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now and run the tack down for our starfish. Okay, so let's see, we're going to run it real quick. So next comes tack down. Okay, the next step is going to be details. So each one of my starfish are going to have freckles. So go ahead and pick out what color you'd like for your freckles, and this is going to be the details portion of this feltie. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a really bright hot pink. So just go ahead and load it on your machine, thread it. Alright, go ahead and fix this. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and start the detailing. I'm going to let you see a little bit of it and then we're going to go ahead and meet up on the next step. Okay, so now each of my 4 stars here have all their little freckles on. So this is what happened. It all happened at one time, which is great because you don't have to do each one individually. Okay, so the next step I have for this starfish is we're actually going to embroider on the outline of it. So I decided to make a decorative outline for this particular design. And I'm going to choose a coordinating pink, just personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead and load that now onto my machine, and I'm just going to go ahead and thread her up. And over. Sorry, I gotta take my hoop off or I'm not able to thread. Okay, and the other thing I'll suggest to you too is that you're gonna have a lot of these threads sticking out. You can go ahead and go in and clean them up, just so that way it's not in the way. And go in as quickly as I can. Gonna nip some of these. Some stragglers. I personally am doing this because I don't want them to get caught in my bean stitch that I'm about to do, and I want it to look nice and clean. We can go ahead and finish cleaning it up in the meantime when we're done, but just for the meantime, I don't want them to get caught in my outline stitch. So let's go ahead and just, got one little one here. And it's always handy to have a lint roller, which I should have done that in the first place. But it'll just pick up your threads nice and quick. I got this one actually at IKEA. And then if you're worried that you didn't find a thread, run it over and it'll actually bring some of them up for you, making it easier to cut them. So let's go ahead and run now our decorative outline. Okay, so we went ahead and did all 4 outlines. Well, the machine did anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and now we're going to finish our sandwich. I call this a Feltie sandwich because you have the top layer of felt, which is like the top bun. Your stabilizer is like the good stuff, the meat in the middle. And then on the very bottom is your bottom bun, which is going to be the second layer of felt. So let's assemble our sandwich. So in order to do that, if you've watched any of my other videos, you will know that you can do this in a variety of ways. You can tape it on, or you can go ahead and use some of this 505 temporary spray, which is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do this off camera to avoid getting my hoop sticky, but I'm going to spray it liberally and place my felt to make sure that it covers every single starfish. And I like to put it on the table and just give it a quick rub around to make sure that it stayed. Okay, now hoop back onto machine. And we're going to stitch our sandwich together. And so I'm going to talk to you about color choices. So I like to use a color that is very close, if not identical, to the fabric. So I used this pink when I did my placement, my tack down, and I will do it now at the end for my bean stitch to sandwich it all together. I personally, it's personal preference of course, like to have something similar so it disappears within the design and you don't see the 2 lines. But again, the fun thing about this is you get to use your creative license and go ahead and do whatever is your style. So if you would like to have something contrasting, that's up to you. If you prefer to have something matchy-matchy, such as myself, that's great. But this is all about you and what you like. So, like I said, now we're going to do a bean stitch, and this bean stitch is going to sandwich together my sandwich. So it's going to stitch together my buns, okay? So let's go ahead and run that, and then we'll come back, meet up, and see what happens. Okay, so we're all done. We've successfully completed a grouped hoop. So now we got 4 Feltie sandwiches. Okay, so and this is what it is, guys. This is how it looks like. It's pretty easy. I mean, that's it. That's all you got to do. My designs already come grouped for you. There's no extra work that you got to do. There's nothing extra you have to put in. They're already grouped. Their colors are sorted. They're separated. It's ready to go. You just got to put it on your machine, get it on your hoop, and start stitching. And so all you got to do now is take the hoop apart, remove all of your stabilizer, and cut each one of them out. If you need any extra assistance or help with cutting or tips on cutting, please refer to the How to Make a Feltie video. It was one of my first videos. It's got a bright little kawaii sun on it. And I talk about all that stuff while I'm cutting, and I cut it out with you. So if you have any other questions, suggestions, anything you'd like to see me do, let me know. Leave a comment below, like us, subscribe, and you know what? Happy stitching!